Thank you, and thank you once again. Hello and welcome to the Unlocked podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Lock, and this podcast is an adventure on how to unlock the best version of ourselves and live an extraordinary life. If you've ever thought, what is the secret to success and why is it that some people are more successful than others, then you're in the right place. As in this podcast, I'm talking to the experts and successful people from around the world, and with my own personal stories of failure, together we can unlock the success in your career, business, and even your personal life too. Now don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my latest episodes released every Wednesday. Enjoy the show. Well, welcome back to this special episode where I'll be sharing a little bit of gratitude and sharing how grateful I am for some of your awesome support over the last couple of weeks. This is a thank you episode dedicated to a few individuals who recently supported the growth of this podcast. Some shout outs to the patrons and shout outs to my mastermind and a few select individuals as well. So, firstly, the reason I'm doing this episode is because I put out a birthday wish to get this podcast into the top 10 of self-improvement charts, and you guys were amazing. We got it to 165, which is a fantastic achievement. You may think, well, that's not top 10, Ricky, but it doesn't matter because this usually bounces around top 250, 240 every week. So to climb about 90 places, that's amazing. And that's from podcasting, sharing, reviewing, ratings. It all helps out. So I'm going to say a big thank you. So this episode, I'm going to call out to all the people who have left me a wonderful review on Podchaser, Apple Podcasts, and left me some ratings. So Josh Maddox Magic, thanks, buddy. On my birthday, you left me a wonderful review. Thank you so much. Josh is an awesome magician, by the way, as well. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he looks just like the spitting image of Rag and Bone Man. Awesome guy, cool beard, cool glasses, big top hat, really nice guy. Although we haven't actually worked together, and he's not that far away, he doesn't live too far away from me. Hopefully, Josh, we can work together in the future. But thank you for your wonderful support as well. Oh, Becky, as I'm reading this from the screen, Becky is a wonderful supporter of this podcast. She's been supporting from pretty much day one, actually. So Becky, thank you to you. My love to you and Tim. Becky is one of my brides and grooms that we performed for. I performed for back in 2019, and she's absolutely amazing. Lovely person as well, and doing a lot of stuff in the theatre that I've noticed lately. So I'm loving that, Becky. Keep up with that. But thank you again for your wonderful support. Mr. Captain Howe, Anthony Howe, well, what a pleasure it is to know you. I've known Ant now about 15 years, but Ant is a supporter of the podcast as well. He's a Patreon member and the very first member of the Patreon community. There's a subtle plug here, but you can join the Patreon community for as little as £1. £1 a month. So look, if you love this content, you love these conversations, these ideas and these interviews, for as little as £1, it's nothing these days. You can get your name shouted out at the end of every episode, and you can get early access to the episodes as well. And on the middle tier, like Ant, you can get bonus content such as backstage videos of how the episodes are made and other trainings that are coming soon as well. And one-to-ones with me on the top tier as well, which is quite fun. But yeah, Ant, you're an absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for your wonderful recent review on Podchaser. Vanda Do6ster is Vanda's name. Code name? I don't know. Wonderful name. Special name. Do6ster. That might be a name on your account. So the funny thing is, when you do a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser, if you have an account name, it saves it as that. So Do6ster has come up, but I know that this is Vanda because Vanda left a lovely review saying, Ricky's voice is mesmerising and will keep you captured for good. Give it a listen. So Vanda, my little special message to you is this. Vanda, thank you so much for being a wonderful human being. Shine bright, my friend. Vanda is absolutely amazing. She is a NLP practitioner, and we'll be hearing more about NLP in an episode coming soon with Tom White. And I also have been studying NLP too, so I can't wait to share that with you as well. Thank you, Vanda. And last but not least, Team DJE. This is what I mean with Apple Podcasts. It sometimes saves it as your email or your account, so I don't know who Team DJ is. Apologies, I don't know who you are. I'm so sorry. And it's probably someone I know, but you've left me a lovely review recently as well. So thank you so much to you guys. You've absolutely smashed it. And thank you for getting us into the top 200. Yeah, we're not in the top 300. No, the top 100 now. Yeah, that's it. Well, no, I can't talk today. There you go. Baby brain's kicking in between the top 150 to 200. There we go. That'd be the top 200, isn't it? Anyway, top 165. Great. Really happy with that. Thank you, guys. Your absolute pleasure. Baby brain, tiredness is kicking. Apologies, everybody. Anyway, yeah. Also, a big shout out to Marie Jenkins. Marie has been an avid supporter of this podcast through the YouTube channel. And you can actually watch videos and snippets of this podcast on the YouTube channel under Ricky Lock. Just search for Ricky Lock and you'll find it and you can see extra clips. But yeah, Marie's been putting me in some directions for TEDx and she's been a great supporter of the podcast. And she invited me on her show to talk about well-being with the great John Hatauka. So that's going to come out soon. Marie, thank you for that. Really love your support. Much, much obliged and very, very grateful for you. I couldn't not name drop the amazing Bev. Got some plosive P's and sounds there in the mic there. Sorry, guys. Bev is a wonderful, wonderful human being. Constantly inspires me. Every time I chat with her, I did a recent project with her where I got to share my story about me turning up at a wedding 4 hours later, nearly shitting myself. It's quite a funny story, but there's quite an important message in there as well. And Bev invited me along and she sent me this lovely little gift. And thank you so much, Bev. It means the world. If you haven't heard, Bev gets regularly mentioned in pretty much most episodes. So, Bev, thank you for being a wonderful star. You shine bright, my friend, as well. Yeah, couldn't not say thank you, obviously, to Steve. I mentioned Steve's name, so Steve McDermott, who's helping me in my future with my speaking. And, Steve, if you listen to this episode, you know how high I regard you and how high I probably put you on a pedestal because I think you're bloody awesome. But thank you for supporting me and coaching me and giving me some feedback over the last couple of months. You've absolutely been a great person, both you and Curly. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to you and Curly for helping me be better and be a better version of myself. Really, really appreciate your support. Thank you, bloody. And yes, of course, my mastermind group. I'm going to shout out to you guys as well because actually, do you know what? I don't really talk about this. We don't do a lot of episodes about masterminds. And I might do this for season 4. So in the mastermind group, I've got some fantastic guys. I'm going to call them out now. So Nilesh Bhatia, we've got Lee Horton, we've got Jake Richings, Izzy Dixon, and Joel Klein. I started a mastermind group back in 2021, about April. It's now nearly going on a year, which is absolutely insane. We meet once a month, every 4 weeks, to discuss what's been happening last month, what's happening now, how far are we getting closer to achieving our goals, and what could we do better next time. And it's actually like therapy. I always go into it thinking, I don't know what's going to happen today, what's the conversation going to be. And I always walk away feeling absolutely inspired from the conversations that we share. And it's therapy because we just talk about how real things are and what we're working on and what we're struggling on in our businesses. I highly recommend joining a mastermind if you're passionate about growing and succeeding and being the best version of yourself. We'll talk more about this in season 4, but shout out to you guys, Izzy Dixon, Lee Horton, Nilesh Bhatia, Jake Richings, and Joel Klein. Absolute guys, you're brilliant. Thank you so much. And then, of course, last but not least, the amazing, amazing patrons of this community of the Unlock podcast, Cheri Brenton, Ant Howe. We've already mentioned Ant. You're awesome, buddy. Steve McDermott and Rory Barnes as well. Now, you guys are absolutely amazing. You help fuel this podcast by paying your monthly fees. It helps with the podcast because I don't know if anybody knows this. Podcasting doesn't make any money whatsoever. You have to pay, in fact, to host a podcast. You pay a monthly fee to a podcast host. So all of this content that goes out there, sometimes I even question thinking, bloody hell, this doesn't pay the bills. But I'm doing it because it's a passionate project of mine and it's for the longevity of my career, my life, and it's a legacy for my daughter as well to look back on. And she might look back and go, Dad, you were such a tosser back in those days talking about me. What an idiot you are. Hopefully she doesn't. Hopefully she looks back and goes, Ricky, you're a good man. You're doing the right thing and you're inspiring people to be the best version of themselves. So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so, it's a wonderful community. So the monthly fees that the patrons contribute really helps out with the time and the editing. And it just helps out with keeping this going, and it allows me to produce better content. And I'm obviously one of my goals is saving up for a Rodecaster Pro, which is going to be a little audio mixing desk, which I can take on the road with me. So it doesn't mean I have to be in the office. So I'm saving up for that, using a lot of that Patreon community to do that. But like, if you enjoy, this content, it's all free. But from as little as £1 or even a coffee cup, you can join. And that's great. And you get all juicy access. You get discounts off my online courses, off the Unlocked School. So you can get my How to Create a Magical Customer Experience course with 10%, 20%, and I think 30% off the course. All as little from as little as £1. So you can find out more about that by heading to patreon.com/The Unlocked Podcast, or head to the link in the show notes. And last but not least, thank you to my amazing bride-to-be. Finally, we're going to get married this year. But Danielle, you're an absolutely stunning, amazing superwoman. Would not be able to do these amazing, crazy things in my life without you by my side. And obviously our wonderful, very special and beautiful daughter. Thank you for giving me just the most amazing gift in the world. You're a star. So there we go. This is the thank you episode. I am going to do a proper, can't get my words out there, doesn't even sound right, does it? I'm going to do a top quality roundup of season 3, and I'll get that out before the end of, hopefully by next week as well. And I'm going to review the growth, because what's been really interesting in just the space of since January to March, well, it's the 2nd of March today, 2 months, this podcast is literally grown by 50%. So all the downloads we achieved in the space of a year, 50% of that I've achieved it in 2 months, which is just great. So absolutely fabulous. So again, I'm not absolutely fabulous. I can't, again, baby brain, guys, give me a break here, come on. But guys, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to all the wonderful listeners. If you are still listening to me rambling on right now at 10 minutes 59 or 11 minutes, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Thank you to all the reviews. And again, keep reviewing, keep sharing. It really helps this podcast get shared out to all these wonderful listeners. This is getting listened in 81 countries around the world. And we're helping people to be a better version of themselves and to unlock the full potential to enjoy an extraordinary life. So thank you for listening to this episode. Don't forget, season 4 will be coming out. It's going to be bigger and better. And hopefully I'm going to add something in there where we can get people to come in on a live chat, or even send in voice memos, and we'll get them recorded out live. More on that coming soon. But as always, thank you for listening to this episode. If you did enjoy it, share it and tell your friends. Thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye.